The presenting sponsor of Moontower Soccer is FVF Law.
To find out what makes FVF a different kind of injury law firm, you can visit fvf.law.
Hello, friends, and welcome to SWOONTOWER Soccer. I'm Steph Cragnola.
And I'm Mike Cragnola.
And today we're all about the boys.
That's right. We have got a whole show for you. We finally have a home game to recap against Sporting Kansas City. And basically nothing else happened this week, right?
Right.
Yeah. So we'll have our Matchscot interview, fit checks, match mood, Celly Rating, social standouts, and of course, as always, the man of Steph's jersey.
It's going to surprise you all today.
Oh, I can't wait. One of the things that makes me a little bit sad is this upcoming match against St. Louis City is our last match for like 2 months.
I know, and we don't even have an opponent spotlight for you. We're so sorry.
I know. All right. But we should probably get into it because we had a Matchscot finally.
We did. Oh my goodness. When I saw this absolute hippo walking down the concourse.
This perfect little sausage bear.
Oh, if I could take home Luce right now, I would. But you know what, Mike? I can't.
Why?
Because she's already been adopted.
What?
Yep. She was adopted the day after the match.
Of course she was.
She's just, let's listen to her.
Yeah, let's do it.
Hi, Luz. We are so excited to talk to you right now. I have got a couple questions for you. My first question is, if you could turn the stadium lights any color other than green, what's the color? Good answer.
All right, Luce, I gotta know. You are so bright. What are the tricks that you know, Luce? Wow! So many! Oh my gosh, I love you so much.
Do you have a question for Luce? Okay.
What breed of dog are you?
Ooh, great question. My favorite.
I knew it. Oh
yeah.
my gosh. All right, Luce.
All right, one more.
What is her favorite Austin FC setup?
Ooh.
Another great question.
Luce,
and another great answer.
Yeah, wow, you should be the manager, Luce. Okay. Can we get a
Can you do
Luce
the Luis
Verde?
Verde?
Oh, thank you. Oh my God, I love you. Oh my God.
Special thank you to our 2 guest interviewers this week. We're so excited to have you there asking the hard-hitting questions.
Yeah. Great questions, great answers. We love turning this into a community event.
It's been so fun.
Yeah. Come meet the mascot of the match with us. And maybe you can help us petition Austin FC to officially call it the Matchscot going forward. It's a little heavy in the mouth, but it's really fun.
It's really good. It's a good one. All right. Well, I guess we're going to move on because we can't tell you much more about Luce without you being sad that you didn't adopt her first.
Yeah. But that said, we got some good fit checks this week.
Uh-huh.
I mean, we got looks from Danny Pereira and Jaden Nelson that are next level.
One of a kind.
Custom designed looks.
So Danny and Jaden both wore, we talked about this on the show last week. We talked about the 4ATX Foundation Verde Leaders shirt collab that was designed with input from Jaden and Danny.
We were corrected when we called it a shirt or a jersey by Gisela Santa Cruz. This is a top.
Oh, I thought we called it a kit and she called it a shirt.
She called it a
top. Okay. All right.
I think you have to pop the P on that also. So I'm sorry, listeners.
For those plosives.
Yeah.
So we were really excited to see our boys in the tops. They look great.
They do look great. And we found out which parts Jaden and Danny were responsible for designing along with the kids.
Yeah. So Danny designed the numbers.
Yep. And Jaden designed the people holding hands around kind of the midsection, that's such an athlete move to be like, oh, I don't have a tummy. So obviously I'm going to like call out that space of the jersey, right? It's the same complaint that everybody had about the barcode kit, was that like horizontal line right at the tummy line.
Oh.
And so obviously a guy who doesn't have to deal with that doesn't think about that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, they're also for kids. So
I'm trying to get my hands on one.
Oh, okay.
If I have to become a kid to do it, I'll invent a time machine. This jersey is fire.
yeah, it's really nice. And it was cool to see them wearing it, supporting 4ATX Foundation.
Yeah.
All right.
We've also got traditional fit checks as well.
We do. I'm gonna say I didn't love the light painting experiment on this week's photos.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah?
Yeah, well, specifically, I like the one for Jean.
I like Jean's.
I think Jean's makes him look like a DJ at Ibiza. You know what I mean? Like and maybe that's just because Jean is probably the coolest guy who got the light painting treatment.
Yeah.
No offense to Brad and Mikael Dessler. They're kind of dorks.
Owen.
Well, Owen's look this week is horrific for a photo. I'm pretty upset that they did him so dirty.
That's what I'm saying.
But I don't think it's the light painting's fault.
Yeah, but the I don't know. I think it kind of is, because the way that the light distorts his face already with the hat shadowing over his let's go through them in order and we'll get there. And we will link these in the show notes so that you all can see them.
So Jean right away is my probably my number one for Holy Spirit this week.
Ooh, I have a different number one.
It's a pretty easy fit, but at least it's something, you know. I like the Beetlejuice style striped shirt. I like that it's open to reveal the tattoos and the undershirt, the sleeveless undershirt. And I don't know, man, like the round glasses on him just give such good comic book villain look in this light. Like,
with
sexy,
what
mysterious
his
comic
facial
book
hair
villain
is doing too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got a dark plan.
Well,
and a troubled backstory.
Slide number 2 is my nomination for Holy Spirit of the Week.
Okay.
Now, we talked a lot last episode, about Brad doing his little campaign for the USMNT, or for Brad doing his campaign for All-Star, but all of us doing Brad's campaign for the USMNT. Yeah. Brad's not campaigning himself for that, but we all are. And I wanted to know if this Brendan Vasquez fit is his campaign for the USMNT. Just like with this red jacket, this red Nike jacket, which is stunning, by the way.
Which is clearly like part of the US
package.
Yeah, World Cup collection or whatever.
Pulling it back to show the crest.
Yeah.
Wearing a USA jersey is a big move.
Sure.
Now, it might have been, to be fair, it might have been Kit Day.
Right.
Because of Danny and Jaden, but also because John Gallagher is wearing an Ireland.
Yeah. Unless John is also campaigning. Because, you know, maybe this is the campaign trail for the boys this year.
Yeah. I will say these pants are great on Brandon, but where he has hooked his keys to his belt loop.
Yep.
Maybe suboptimal.
Just looks
swing.
Dangerous.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm thinking about myself, I always hook my keys to my back belt loop to avoid exactly what's happening in this photo.
Yeah. The swing is swinging, and we'll leave it there.
I do love the pants, though.
Yes.
You are right. I think that that stitching across the thigh to the shin is super cool.
Yeah, I really like them. I think they're great, and they're
also, he could be a sunglass model. You know what I mean?
He could be an anything model.
Yeah, this could have just been a fashion shoot.
Do you think these pants don't have pockets?
And that's why he's using the belt loops? No, they got to have pockets.
And he's holding his phone in his hand.
No, but it's pants for men. They definitely have pockets.
I don't know if these pants have pockets. I don't see them.
No, it doesn't mean they don't exist.
Yeah, but Brandon, let us know. Do your pants have pockets? Brad going for the eminently relatable,
Yeah.
wrinkly white t-shirt.
Look, I get it. Especially with the week they were having.
Right.
Like, I get it.
Yep.
A lot of this to come, I think.
Yep. We can see where it was going.
Love this Ireland kit, though.
Same. And with the black jeans, skinny black jeans, I think this fit is really stunning.
Yep. John Gallagher looks really good in this. Great choice.
Mikkel Dessler, slightly wrinkled white t-shirt. Might be
think
yellow.
this one's yellow. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think this one's yellow or tan, depending on what the natural light looks like.
Right.
But yeah.
Christian Ramirez.
At least his is a polo.
And it's not wrinkled.
That's right.
But he is turning his body away from the camera, so maybe we can't see that it says Los Angeles on it.
Oh, do you think that's why it's taken from the side like that?
Maybe.
I mean, he's like from California.
Yeah.
I'm fine with it.
Well, I'll get to that controversy in a moment. At least it's Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Then we've got Joseph Rosales in a less wrinkled white t-shirt.
At least in this one, it's like a crazy fashion cut t-shirt, and you can tell it's got like, it looks like it's sweatshirt material. You know, it looks extra thick.
Yeah.
It's also the debut of his platinum hair. Which,
so good.
so good. Such a good look on him.
Yep. John Bell, slightly wrinkly white t-shirt.
Yep. I do think it's crazy
that is
that
slightly wrinkly white shirt number 4 of the week, if you all are keeping count.
yeah, I do think it's crazy that he's not wearing pants. You know what I mean?
For those listening and not looking at the pictures, he is wearing like balloon camo pants. So Mike's making a joke.
It's just nuts. Can't believe it.
Owen Wolf.
I do love, by the way, before we move on from John Bell, I do love the purple laces on his white sneakers. I think that's such a just splash of color in otherwise all white and invisible outfit.
Yeah. This picture of Owen Wolf is horrible.
I can't believe it got posted.
I can't believe it also got posted. It's bad.
Like, they always crush. And like, what's happening in this poor Owen?
The angle, the shadow, it's bad. This is a do not post.
Yeah.
This is why so many people make you show them your phone before you post a picture of them.
Yeah.
I gotta know, moving on to the next photo, what is happening with Mirtu's pants?
I also am so curious. Are they
massive?
big baggy? Like, are they like the kickwear from like the 90s like rave scene? What's going on?
They are like, the way that it looks on the bottom, it looks like they balloon out
So big.
so big.
50-inch opening at the
Right.
bottom. Just massive. Yeah. They look crazy.
I do have to say, love that there's no branding on this outfit.
Yes.
I do like that.
Yeah. Very clean.
Yep.
The glasses are ridiculous, but the outfit is pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, for a black t-shirt and black pants.
Yes. Yeah. All right, and then we've got Facu Torres, who's in
Wrinkly
a wrinkly black t-shirt.
Different.
With khaki pants. It is what it is. We're striking out this week.
Yep.
I do want to call attention to one fit that was not posted on club socials, I think for obvious reasons.
Oh?
And that was CJ Fodre.
Well, where was it posted?
On his own personal page, he posted 2 pictures of himself walking in. He is wearing a regular outfit, black pants, black shirt, I think. It's in his highlights. It's not on his story anymore, but if you go to the special SWOONTOWER section, you can see it. His hat, a San Diego Padres baseball hat.
Yep, it sure is.
And I have questions about that.
What's your question?
Is it the best move after the team loses 5 goals to no goals to 1 goal. 1 goal, no goals. We had 1 goal.
We had no goals.
Oh, we had no goals
one.
in that one. 5 goals to no goals.
That's how normal people say that.
Is it the best move to wear a San Diego hat
Great
to
question.
your next game?
Great question.
And I know he's from there, but the same
Yeah.
thing you said about Christian Ramirez in Los Angeles, I think it's different.
I do think it's different.
So weird choice, CJ.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yikes.
But now that we've gone through each of our options, it is time to nominate our official Father, Son, and Holy Spirit of the week. Father being the most dad vibes, Son being the most littlest boy, and Holy Spirit being the PG phrasing for a real-time reaction to fashion.
Yeah.
Tough one this week.
It is. I think my pick for dad is probably Christian Ramirez.
You know what? I'm good with that. It's a polo shirt and black pants. It's the most like I'm going out for golf on the weekend.
That's how I feel.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
All right.
I think for Son, it's a tie between Danny and Jaden.
Yes, I agree. They're twins.
Yeah. For the Holy Spirit, we've got to fight.
Yes.
Is Jean versus Brendan Vasquez. We're not going to bring it to rock, paper, scissors this week because we know what will happen.
We don't. Anything could happen.
Anything could happen.
But I do think that Jean's outfit is more fashion.
You know
and
what?
Brandon's is more advertising.
I will accept that argument. And we'll go Jean for Holy Spirit this week.
All right. Good job, Z.
I will let you have that based on your argument.
My justification.
Yeah.
Great.
All right. Well, those are fit checks. Now it's time to get into match moods, which were all the positive things that we have to say.
Yeah, because let's be real. Before we kick off match moods, do you think this Sporting Kansas City match was better or worse than the 5-0 loss to San Diego?
I think it was worse because San Diego, we were like, it was just so ridiculous. I think there's something about a 5 goals to no goals loss.
Classic.
That is just like, okay. And you're sitting at home and you're snuggling your dog and you're like, all right, well, this is happening and I could just go to bed.
Yeah, and I think generally, like, looking at the lineups, right, we expected, like, with a rotated lineup like we had in San Diego, we weren't expecting a ton out of that match.
Right.
We played mostly our first choice lineup against Sporting Kansas City. You know, we didn't have Jaden available, but, like, other than that, we got an Owen Wolf start.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Let's talk about the positive match moves.
Yeah. Ultimately, I agree, though. I think this might be the worst loss we've ever had.
It was certainly demoralizing.
Yeah.
But
and
it was sweet to see the Verde leaders top and artwork in the stadium for the match. I think that's always a really fun reminder of what this club is about.
Absolutely. Seeing the kids who are part of that program wearing their jerseys around the stands.
Doing
and,
the
like,
heartbeat.
Yeah. And it just, like, it was really neat to see so many of them out and, like, celebrated. So that was great. And then, like, during warm-ups.
Vibes were good.
Vibes were really good. Like, my favorite moment in the warm-up was all of the subs were doing that, like, 2-touch passing juggling drill that they do. And near the end, Brandon Vasquez started getting just, like, a little cheeky about it, trying to, like, mess with Nico Dubrsarski. He feels like such a little brother to everyone on the bench, you know? And so Brandon would, like, do the quickest 2 touches in the world and just, like, rip the ball at him from super close distance. And, like, everybody would be laughing and having a good time. And, like, it seemed really fun over there.
It always does. They seem to, like, another thing, like, that's important to remember. They seem to like what they do.
Yeah.
And that's really nice.
Yeah. Jaden Nelson was doing the seal dribbling the ball on his head thing again, which I love to watch him do. So,
yeah. And then we got into the game, And all
Yeah.
these match moods are pretty much most of these match moods are things that we like particularly notice from where we're sitting in 107 from our view and like just some personality standouts.
Yeah, I struggled for my Guilherme Biru moment of this match, but I think it's probably the unnecessary diving header clearance that he does about 12 minutes into the match. Just like, there were so many ways to get that ball out of there, and that was the one he picked, and it was just magic.
Total Superman, like...
Yeah. Yeah, he saw
ridiculous.
Christian Ramirez's goal from a couple of weeks ago. I was like, bet.
Yep. But then, you know, there were some heated moments. This game was, I think, you could tell how much they wanted to win.
Yeah.
And just weren't playing well together. And I think part of that might be because they all so badly, as individuals, wanted to win. There was a moment where Brad and Biru were getting into it, and Ilie came down with like the calm down hands, like doing his real dad captain move.
Yeah. And then like immediately after that, like Brad stopped to listen to what Guilherme Biru, MLS All-Star Guilherme Biru was saying.
You know, but I was thinking about that when I had this note specifically, and like I really feel like we need to start calling Brad MLS All-Star Brad Stuver.
But like he deserved it.
Yes.
Guilherme Biru was just there.
And I also feel like we need to remind people how much he deserves it. Like it's funny for Biru because he just kind of got put in.
Yeah.
But it's like important for Brad.
Okay.
You know?
But we talk about him so much, I'm not going to do it.
I'm not going to push it.
Yeah.
But I just needed to say that note.
That's fair.
That like in my heart, I'm always thinking MLS All-Star.
And also mayor.
And also future mayor of my heart.
And also president.
Bradley Scott Stuver.
That's it.
But yeah, and it's nice to see like in those heated moments how quickly they come down from it and try to recoup. Brad especially. I think Brad is especially good at this. He yells a lot. I think as nature of being keeper, because that's like part of his job, right?
Yeah.
And it's also, you know, he also makes sure to give everyone credit when they do great things. Like Joseph Rosales did this like, I don't know, like 30-40 second hug tackle with a Sporting Kansas City player. There was like a really long moment where
just
they
like
were fighting over the ball.
Yeah.
And he really, really fought for it and won it. And it was like a huge moment that Brad came over and congratulated him for. It was one of these moments where Brad took the free kick.
And oh my God, this line judge really like
hated that.
Steph called him the main character of the referee crew, and
he had real main character energy.
She was right. He really had a lot of thoughts about where the ball should be placed on every free kick, and it was so annoying.
Yes.
But it was also like he was right, which was equally annoying. Like he was probably the best ref line judge that we've seen.
Yeah.
He was always in the right place, and he ran really hard, and he was like always making the right call. But man, did he know it. But
also he wanted to argue with Brad about these free kicks, and Brad knows more.
Well, we don't.
Brad is the right one. Brad was right, and he was letting this ref know.
Well,
Brad was right.
All right. Speaking of being right, one of the things that is the most right about sitting in our space is watching Nico Dubersarski come up to warm up, because he is he's such a fan of this old man security guard who is in our area. Like every time he comes up to warm up, it's like they just greet each other.
They do a little handshake and a little hug. It's so cute. They're such good friends.
Do you like it makes me paint a mental picture of them going out to get like a croissant and a espresso in the morning together. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I want a croissant so bad right now. Okay. Anyway, also during warm-ups are so fun to watch. Danny and little Nico having a great time. They're just chatting, having fun, laughing, giggling, playing. They're so happy.
We can just call him
I know. I
regular
thought about that
Nico
too.
now.
I know. I'm still
We'll
probably
get to
going to
that.
call him Little Nico. But they're just like, they're having a good time. And I think that's so important. It's so nice to see people liking their jobs.
Yeah, but also, why are they so lackadaisical with groin stretches?
This is a great question that I asked
Like,
myself and almost asked the trainer when we saw him at the Domain the other day. I am tracing our high performance failure back to when they started doing groin stretches. Or stopped doing groin stretches. Sorry.
Yeah,
they stopped doing the butt stretches, and they have these new
injuries.
Well, these new lazy groin stretches, and no one's taking it seriously except for Brandon, and I just need them to take those stretches seriously.
Yeah. It is crazy, like, the difference in preparation between what Brandon Vasquez is doing. And we saw this, too, when Facu Torres was on the sideline doing his warm-ups, or when Driussi was on the bench. Like, the difference between the top players on the team and everyone else in their preparation is just crazy to see.
Yeah. It's
like
a
oh,
nice that's why you're a
there.
starter. Yeah. It was so cute. So, we talk about Brandon Vasquez a lot and how important he is to the team and, the US and Mexico. And nothing was better representation of that than these 6 little boys who were in the section next to us while they were all out there warming up in the second half. They were waving at the subs. Like, they were just waving. And, so, of course, the subs are going back and forth doing their warm-ups. Danny notices these little boys, waves at them. They cheer. Jaden notices them. He waves at them and they cheer. And then Brendan Vasquez waves at these little boys and they lose their minds.
They just start screaming.
Also,
like that high-pitched, little boy scream.
Also,
that shriek.
The high-pitched teenage girl scream that came from behind us when Brandon waved at the section as well. And then they left. That's all they wanted. That's all these little boys wanted, was for Brandon Vasquez to wave at them.
Yep.
It was so cute.
And then the last note that I think we really need to talk about is after this second goal, when Brad Stuver pulled everyone together.
Yep.
And clearly had strong words for what was going on.
Yeah.
There are moments on the pitch where that's what's needed.
Absolutely.
And Brad felt it and he knew it and he was right.
Yep.
You have a question here.
Yeah, I just want to know what he said. And my guess of what he said, expletives excluded, is something along the lines of, how dare you ruin my chances at MLS All-Star.
I think right now, he probably was thinking even less about that and even more about let's play for our fans.
Yeah, probably. You're probably right.
He's just not, he doesn't strike me as a guy who cares about individual accolades nearly as much in the moment.
Yeah, you're probably right.
He waits to go get on Blue Sky and skeet about it.
All right, Mike, let's take an ad break.
Yes.
SWOONTOWER Soccer is brought to you by our friends at FVF Law. FVF is a different kind of injury law firm dedicated to community, transparency, and client education.
And they have their own podcast called Summary Judgment. Check it out wherever you get your podcasts.
You can go to fvf.law to find out what makes FVF a different kind of personal injury law firm and why understanding your legal options can dramatically change the outcome of a case.
Once again, that's fvf.law.
All right. We have got one goal celebration to celebrate, and it is Mikael Dessler at the very end of the first half.
What a ripper of a goal.
Yeah.
This cross from Guilherme Biru, MLS All-Star Guilherme Biru, into Dessler's path and just hitting it on the volley. One of the sweetest goals we've seen in Q2, and a very boring but accurate goal celebration from Moontower's favorite right back.
Yeah.
He jumps up, he does the fist pump, he shouts,
4 out of 10.
Yeah, it's a 5 for
Okay.
me. Because it is middle of the road, you
Yeah.
know. Man, it was a necessary goal though.
Yeah.
In the moment, really felt
Yep.
crucial
Yep.
to getting out of the half like with any sort of positive feeling.
It's true.
It made my walk to refill my refillable cup and like see if I wanted a snack so much more enjoyable.
Speaking of goal Cellies, we do have to issue a correction.
Ooh,
From,
are we gonna do this here and now?
Yeah, our Minnesota match where we, ranked Christian Ramirez's goal celebration a little low because it really wasn't anything. And what we found out from our friends at the Looney Bin podcast is Christian Ramirez has come out and said he will never celebrate in Minnesota because that's where he started. And I think that is so wholesome.
Yeah. Basically, he said the next time he scores a goal or the next time he celebrates a goal in Minnesota will be when he's wearing a Loons jersey again.
Yeah.
And like, that is so sweet.
Yep.
And also, what about us?
No,
I know. Steph, I thought you were going to issue a different...
later. Social media standouts.
Okay. So it would be ridiculous to go this whole show and not talk about Austin firing Nico Esteves and Roto Borrell, right?
Yeah, but that's what we're gonna do.
And
next.
so, like, we
No, I'm
kind
just kidding.
of we kind of have to talk about it. Particularly, I think, like
from our
perspective, right? So one of the things that has jumped out this week in social media land is members of the national media or antagonistic members of the local media trying to make a bigger deal of the players being alerted via the press release. I've seen some takes that like this is a sign of a badly run organization. But then when like the players themselves gave the content or the context of this, Brad Stuver said on Twitter that it wasn't a big deal and that ownership was in the building the next day to talk to the players and staff in person. They had a day off. And so like timing wise, it almost feels better to get it out there while everyone has a whole day to
process on their own.
Right.
Like give them some space to deal with this in their own way. Obviously, relationships, as we've heard with Roto, were not the best, but as we'll talk about in a second, that's not necessarily the case with Nico. And I would rather be able to like hear this news, process on my own, and then go back to work the next day ready to go than have to sit in a room with everybody who might feel differently than you and process it live.
Yeah. Feels ultimately, right? It's a tough, disrupting experience regardless. And giving the players the ability to like talk about it the way that they want to talk about it with who they want to talk about it with is probably the most kind human way to do this. I don't think it was a big deal. I understand that some people do. My job lays people off every quarter and never says anything about it. Yeah. And I only find out when I go to ask them a question about the area that they are subject expert in, and they don't exist in the company directory anymore.
I have had bosses laid off, and nobody told me first because that's not how it works.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I just don't think it's as big a deal as people are making it out to be.
Yep.
That said, what is a big deal and needs to be celebrated is Nico wrote us a 3-page thank you note on Instagram, thanking the fans, thanking the organization, thanking everyone involved for like supporting him and being the club that we are for him. And like, this is our first fired member of a front office staff to have posted anything.
Yep.
Like it feels short-sighted not to recognize what a gigantic culture and tone shift this is from the beginning of our organization to now.
Correct.
And then like additionally, we got comments from players like Christian Ramirez, Brandon Vasquez, and Brad Stuver on the post, like thanking him for his work and stuff like that. And then on the likes side of it, right, Mirtu, Christian Ramirez, Danny Pereira, John Bell, Brad, Brandon, and Guilherme Biru's wife all liked the post.
Mm-hmm.
So like, to your point about like, if there were people in the locker room who would have been happy he was gone, and then there are people who would have been sad he was gone, not having to deal with that in the moment together is a humane way to do this.
Yep. Speaking of humane, I do want to read a specific comment on this post that really puts into perspective, as fans, we want our team to be good. And when the coach is not performing to a level where the team is performing to a level we expect, right? It is easy to become enraged with that. And to focus solely on coach out, right? And this is not unique to Austin FC. This is every club with a hashtag coach out hashtag. And I just want to read a comment that puts that in perspective to make sure we're not getting too tunnel vision on wanting people to lose their jobs. And this comment comes from Nico's daughter. And she says, "I'm so proud of you, Dad. You are such a kind, hardworking, humble, and caring person. I look up to you so much. You pour your all into everything you do. Your dedication inspires me. I love you with all my heart. On to our next chapter as a family." This is a man who has a family, who is moved all over the world because of his job. And when we campaign so hard for someone to be fired, it feels a little insensitive to not also remember that there is a human being behind that.
Yeah. The last piece of news that maybe is particularly impactful to us is Malin, the Peace Park troll, was burned down over the last couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, we know Austin FC has done park cleanup days at Peace Park, and like they have posted a bunch of pictures from those days, just remembering Malin and remembering kind of those moments at Peace Park that helped them come together as a group. For us, it's like, it's crazy to think that on Sunday we'll be doing our park show and Malin won't be right around the corner to go like look at beforehand. And so it's a moment to reflect on the fact that Austin FC is built into our community in a like real tangible way.
Yeah.
And kind of on that note, a friend of ours, Aggie, who y'all may know from the Fighting Leslies, who you may know from the Fighting Pollo Pills collaboration, who you may know from all of his work trying to help out with the laundry project and kind of everything else that he does around the Austin FC community. He had a take recently about the new club direction, right? And something that he was saying is like what he really hopes is that the operations side of Austin FC, like 4ATX Foundation and the match day experience and the merch side of the house, right? Like all of that can maybe stop having to do so much heavy lifting going forward as we look at this new sporting director opportunity and the new head coach opportunity. And maybe the sporting side of the company and the organization can start to carry some more of the weight that the operation side has been over the past 6 years. And I think that's just such a great way to look at the reality of this situation, right? Like,
Yep.
you can only do so much until you have to start getting stuff on the field that like matches the stuff that's off the field.
Right.
And so that's
All
where
right.
we're at.
That is where we're at. And now it is time, Mike,
For the man
for
of your
the man
jersey.
of my jersey.
Ooh,
And this
okay.
comes with an apology and
a story.
a story and an acknowledgement that maybe I've been too harsh on one of our players.
Wow.
Mike and I and my parents were in the Domain the other night, and we were walking along, and my dad, not me, not Mike, my dad says, "Hey, isn't that Mirtu?"
And I was like face deep in a gelato, and I looked up, and sure enough, there's Mirtu Azuni walking down the street. And so I went up to him and I said, "Hey, Mirtu, just really happy to have you in town. You've been playing really well this year, and let's get 3 points on Saturday, huh?" And he was like, "Yes, thank you, brother," and like walked away.
Now, Mike and my dad are like several yards ahead of us. So me and my mom were walking more slowly behind them. So what I see is Mirtu pass Mike. I have no idea what Mike said to him. I see Mirtu pass Mike. Also important to call out that Mirtu is the one pushing the baby stroller. His wife is just hanging out, chilling, walking, which like instant green flag. And he is beaming. This man looks like Mike just said, "You are the star of the team." You are breaking records and scoring goals. That is what it looks like Mike has just said to him, because he's so happy. And the fact that like Mike just being like, "Hey, glad to have you here," made him that happy is really, really wholesome. But so he's walking by and I say, "Hey, I gotta know, is the crown celebration because your son's name is Prince?" And he said, "Yes, exactly. Like no one has ever thought of that before in the world, and nobody understands him, right?" Now I will say Zach, our friend from the North End podcast, had brought that up when I was being particularly spicy at Mirtu recently. And I said, "Yes, but have you considered that he named his son Prince because he thinks he's a king?" Which was my sassy answer. And still holds, but seeing his excitement and his like joy at that being like understood or whatever, really turned me around. And he was so nice. He was so kind. He was clearly so excited to be recognized. And it was just a really positive, like no ego, no pretension, nothing that we see of him in interviews or on the pitch. A completely different personality than what he has shown the media. And that to me is enough to be a Mirtu Azuni fan and to make him the man of my jersey.
Awesome. That's crazy. A name I never thought we would write on this page.
I also, same. But here he is.
All right,
Congratulations.
Steph, crown yourself for it.
Yes,
and
I
let's
shall.
get out of here.
All right, y'all, if you enjoy this, remember to rate, review, subscribe, share, tell your mom,
Tell your friends.
tell your friends' moms,
Tell your enemies.
tell your enemies' moms.
Oh, yeah. And come see us on Sunday at 7 o'clock at Peace Park if you want to watch Shakespeare in multiple languages.
Yeah, it's going to be
gonna
fun.
be fun. It's going to be free. It's going to be fast. It's going to be silly. And then afterwards, we're going to go over to the tavern and
Hang out and celebrate.
Either celebrate or commiserate, because we don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, it's only one rehearsal, so it could be terrible. Also, Mike's in it now. Surprise!
Yeah, I found out on Tuesday that I'm in it on Saturday. And
He's got to go learn his lines. We love you.
We love you.
Bye.
Bye.
I will marry Chewy's.
Yeah.
Because they love Chew Boom Boom sauce.